FOMO makes you feel unsatisfied, no, dissatisfied, unfulfilled. FOMO makes you feel like it's never enough. You're not good enough. FOMO makes you think there's always something better. FOMO creates worry, right?
Any of these things, whether it's workaholism, any kind of addiction, whether it's smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, drinking coffee, that's my addiction, right? Why do we do these things? It's to chase pleasure, essentially, right?
Stimulation, yeah.
And why do we want pleasure? It's really running from pain. And that's what FOMO is, by the way. When we're constantly trying to keep ourselves busy, keep our mind busy, our hand busy, our time busy, our calendar busy, because we're afraid of spending time with ourselves. So we hop on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, allowing people to permeate our thoughts, to maybe manipulate our beliefs, to make us want to purchase things, make us feel inadequate, right? And when we do that, we are always going to feel like we're missing out, because we are missing out on a meaningful relationship with ourselves when we're outsourcing the control of our thoughts to everyone else.
15 tabs open is because they're greedy. They're trying to find, they don't want to miss a juicy part.
Yeah.
There's juicy parts of streams, and then there's like whatever parts of streams. So this is where like you're hungry. You don't like, you want to find like the juiciest bits from each stream.
Yeah.
If you're greedy in life, chat, and you are a slave to your like greed and you want to overcome that, then you should watch one stream. And then when you do that, what are you going to have to give up? You're going to have to give up like, oh my God, but like I'm missing so much. It's so much more efficient.
FOMO.
You get me? It's FOMO. Yes. And so you have to be okay missing out.
That's hard. Because the thing is, nowadays, it's so easy to...
Here's the thing. It's not.
You don't think so?
No. Because when, dude, every fucking meal you eat, you are missing out on all of the other foods. We are missing out on 10 million% more than what we experience. FOMO is a state of life.
Let's go!
Let's connect some of the dots, because you can have FOMO in certain categories, in certain areas. And I know FOMO could play on you financially. FOMO could play on you business-wise. FOMO could play on your health. And FOMO definitely could play on your mental health. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Each one of you guys are expertise, and I love each one of y'all's opinions on it in your field. So how does FOMO affect your expertise? First person go up.
I can go ahead and go first. I would say in the financial field, that's a big thing. You know, one of the things, it's a lot of misconceptions. It's a lot of I'm trying to avoid using the word scams, but pretty much like scams that play on people FOMO. You know, that's why, you know, some stocks might shoot up and people like, oh my God, like, let me go ahead and throw my money in, and they over there buying high. And then the people that got in at the bottom and was pushing the excitement for it, they take all their money out, they walk away with all the money, and they do what we call leaving people with the bags. Which means they lost, the people that came in late end up losing their money. So, you know, with the FOMO thing, it's really prevalent in the financial space. The one thing I would say about how to combat FOMO is making sure in your financially wise, is coming up with a game plan, having a plan in place about what you're going to do with your money and sticking with that plan. You know, like Warren Buffett never operate outside his realm of expertise. He has a plan, he sticks to it, and it's worked for him over all of these years. So with the financial field, the FOMO is a big thing, and usually it's people that don't have no game plan. They just heard about something, they didn't really do their research into something, and then they go ahead and put their money in, not knowing what they invested in and the inner workings, and end up losing a lot of money. So like I said, the way to kind of combat that in the financial realm is just making sure you have a game plan, studying, doing your research. And like they said, it's always fear of missing out is going to be prevalent with everything. When he was talking about it, one of the things that came to mind is, my man Terrence said he's married. I was previously married. You choose a person, but it's still millions of other people out there for you and your other person.
That's what I was going to get into.
Sometimes those thoughts creep in about, do I got the right person?
Yep.
So with FOMO, if you think about it, everything could be FOMO, but it really comes down to planning and being convicted about what your purpose and what you're trying to accomplish. So that's what I'll say about that.
Awesome, because I definitely was going to bring that in. That's one of the main things that guys suffer with when it comes to FOMO is, and that's one of the reasons why they're afraid of committing, not just in a relationship, but to any type of commitment with themselves, discipline, and all of that stuff is FOMO, man. You like, man, but what about this? What about the other one? What about all the ones that I don't get? You so focused on what's not there, or what you're not doing, or what you don't have, that you're not grateful and in the moment with what you do have, what's in front of you. So yeah, man. How else does great take, Paul? Thank you for bringing it in. For everybody that was listening, he was talking about investing specifically. This is how you could lose most of your money, most of your investments by jumping around. And I know it happened when, I don't know if we're supposed to mention names, but I know it happened when we was looking at Dogecoin. And when Dogecoin was everybody was on the edge of their seat, like, yo. And then, oh my God, SNL, Elon Musk about to talk about it, and he came on and he was like, eh. And then that junk went down.
Crash the whole coin. Crash.
Went down, bro. I was like, that, I just lost like hundreds of dollars. I was one, so I know, but yeah, man, it can make you make hasty decisions, and so much more. So I appreciate that take on the financial part. Let's go ahead and get into the business side of things. Mr. Terrence, how can FOMO affect your business? Affect you business wise?
Yeah, I think Paul brought up some really good points, man, and it's very similar when it comes to business as well, because there's trends in business. There's fads in business, and you see them all the time. And the same thing, like, we got to go into a business with a strategy. So you need a marketing strategy, you need a sales strategy, you need all those things in place so that you don't just jump around. Like right now, AI is. You have to look at things from a deductive reasoning. Like, is this something that is a fad, or is this something that is probably going to stay around for a while? AI, in my opinion, is something that's going to stay around for a long time, because that's where everything is going towards. It's not necessarily a trend, right? That has a little bit more structure to it. Now, for an example of something that was a trend that didn't age well, was Threads, right? You've seen when Threads came out, the social media platform that came out, and then what happened? It fizzled out, right? So that's one of those things where it's like, and the thing is, with me being a coach, most of my clients, I understand my clientele. So most of my clients didn't even budge at it, because they manage a certain social media platform, and that's it. Because what? They have a strategy, right? And when you originally start talking about FOMO, and even from the video, I looked at it from a different perspective. I looked at it from the psychological perspective of FOMO, of missing out, right? Now, with FOMO, what we have to understand is FOMO is literally a marketing tactic, right?
Yes.
It's called scarcity. It's called scarcity marketing.
Yes.
And it's in everything that effective marketing has scarcity in it, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. Right now, if I go on Amazon and order something, right? It may say low quantity, right? It may say something like that. Or it may say something like, people also purchase this with this item, right? What is that doing? That's programming me to make a decision based on someone else's actions, right? What is that? It's FOMO, right?
Yeah.
And so now, from the psychological standpoint, the way that you combat FOMO is, like Paul said, having a strategy, but then also being confident in knowing who you are, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
if you're confident and know who you are, like it doesn't matter what happens outside of your spectrum. You're gonna be consistent in whatever it is that you do. Also, to Paul's point, I'm similar. I'm not a huge investor, but I have a similar strategy. I invest when it comes to finances in dividend stocks. I don't invest in anything else outside of dividend stocks. The
I
reason
love
why is because it's a
it.
long term play, right? But most people they'll get into, people ask me like, Terrence, what do you think about crypto and this and that, Bitcoin when it first came out? And I'm like, yeah, you know, the thing about stocks, and I'm gonna let you guys, I'm gonna let Anthony go. But the thing about when you look at like the market and stocks, is gauged on the longevity of the companies, right?
Mm.
So I think since the inception of the stock market, rates have averages about 9%, right? So with that being stated, when you judge a company, is based on how long has this company been around, right? If this company has been around for 100 years and they've consistently paid out dividends, guess what? It's called an aristocrat dividend stock. That means that they habitually pay out dividends, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can bet on that company. That's the opposite of FOMO. They don't care about whatever else is going on. They're staying consistent in whatever they're doing.
Yeah, man. Love it. We coming with the gems tonight, man.
These are these fact? Were those facts, Paul? Do you agree with that? My numbers?
Absolutely, man. I talk
Okay.
about like REITs on here. We talked about REIT, real
Yeah,
estate
reach.
investment
Yep.
trust.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Exactly. That's good.
I can't hear Terrence.
Yeah. No, I was saying. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, yeah, man. I like that strategy. I know I talked to Trey personally.
Yeah.
You was talking about dividend stocks and things like that, and that's a good
Mm-hmm.
way to really build your portfolio up a lot faster because you reinvest the
Yep.
dividends, you accumulating more shares over time. So that's
Mm-hmm.
a really great point. And to the point about being confident in yourself, man. Like, yo, don't nobody know you better than you. You know what I'm
You,
saying?
yeah.
I don't care what the
Absolutely.
marketing is. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to financial advisors and people that come and talk to you about finances, that's why I try to really emphasize people having a basic knowledge of finances,
Mm-hmm.
understanding what REITs are, EFTs, bonds, and just a general knowledge on how it operates. So somebody can't just come in and just tell you anything and persuade you
Yeah.
and get you to FOMO into something that you have no clue on how it operates. So I really like that
Yeah.
point about like, yo, being confident in yourself and knowing what your goal and everything is, man. So I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I love
I
it.
appreciate it.
I love it. So, how can FOMO affect you physically, and your fitness wise, G?
Um, since you got to, I didn't even think. Good curveball, because I didn't even think about it towards the fitness. So it's kind of fitness, yeah, big FOMO, especially when you start off and you're not understanding that it takes time to get to where you need to get to, and you think that you missed out because somebody else is not where you think you should be. You
Mm.
didn't case in point, like if you're on a journey and you want to get to lose a certain weight or be able to gain some weight in a certain amount of time, and then maybe something happened during that day, you won't be able to make that arm day or make that leg day or something. You think that it's going to derail your progress when it comes to getting to the body that you want to get to. It's not that serious. But some people
Yeah.
it'll ruin their life. I mean, not ruin their life, ruin their day, and then they'll be feeling some type of way because maybe somebody else took their day and they getting bigger or they getting stronger, and you're not getting to that certain level. You got to get that out of your mind. Everybody has a certain race they get into, so you can't watch somebody else's race. You got to run your own race. So the fear of missing out, there's no such thing because you have your own race. Everybody's
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
everybody's journey is different. So
It's real.
that helps a lot in some beginning trainees that I work with, and some people that are trying to do it on their own. They feel like they're missing out because we're in this social media world where,
Come on.
they have so many, the lighting, the effects, AI, like y'all mentioned, so many editing tools. But trust me, man, 90% of these dudes or girls that y'all see on here, they don't really look like that in real life. So you have that FOMO looking like, man, I should be looking like them. They've been working out for 2 years. I've been working out for 2 years. I don't look nothing like that. Most likely you ain't gonna look nothing like that. It's between all them effects that I talked about, or they may be taking some kind of steroids, all types of things, man. This physical game, this physical I guess workout niche or whatever you want to call it, the health niche is real toxic. Some toxic shit. So if you feed into it, man, you're gonna be hurting yourself. So you might as well just get out of that FOMO and get out of that mindset. If you have to turn off the social media, go and do your thing, but don't pay attention to other people, man. You ain't missing out on nothing.
Shine. Get your shine on. Get your shine on, shout it.
Yeah. So hey, I put this on. I put it on everywhere. Booty cheeks, kneecaps, underarms. I got the vanilla right here. Usually, hey, I got the lavender ones. It helped me sleep good. 'Cause I be sleeping like this, and I can smell it off my hands. I'm trying to tell you, feeling good. Y'all better rock with this.
Right.
It's that vanilla. Yeah.
Listen, man, we ain't being ashy no more. Hygiene.
Yeah.
Hygiene is important. You need to get your shine. It's hydrating. It's light. It lasts all day. You don't got to use a lot, and it's good from face to foot.
Historically, I don't really use lotion or nothing like that because I'm like in a hybrid, light skin, in between dark skin motherfuckers. Coming back from vacation, I'm a little sunburnt, so I needed something to get my skin back right because I'm feeling like a reptile right now. So I'm gonna get this baby going on when I get home.
Oh, and look, you gotta shine on, everybody. Hey, look, I got like 4 cases. I got a bunch of cases. And I got the big jar too. That's old school. Y'all don't even know about that. He don't even got those no more. But look, I'm telling y'all, this shine is amazing. Help with eczema, clear your skin up, all of that great stuff. So you don't want to miss out on this shine, man. Make sure y'all go get y'all a bottle of this.
All natural ingredients.
Absolutely.
Yep. Where they can find it?
So you can find this at shinecareproducts.com. Let them know that we sent you. Use the code FMF20, get you a discount.
Got to.
Not missing.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That is so true, bro. You brought up highlight the social media. So what FOMO is and just the umbrella, the whole thing is comparison. It's comparison. It's a negative sense of comparison, and it's easy to compare yourself to a lot of everybody else's highlights and edited content. Now, we are in that realm, and you're going to see a lot of good stuff from us too. But we constantly tell all the guys, "Hey, listen, man, if you want to talk, if you want to come on here tonight, we can put the link in the comment section, and you can join us. If you just reach out or talk to us, or each one of us are specialized in certain areas, but each one of us, one hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. We all work with each other in our specialized fields, like we constantly, like, each one of us has backed away from social media. Each one of us has contacted each one of our we have weekly meetings and calls where we are like, okay, we need to check in with your mental health. We need to like stay focused and like make sure that that you are valuable and don't deter from all of what you're doing, and you got greatness. You are valuable. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely one of the solutions to FOMO, which I'll get into, is less social media, because we are in a consumer world. We are in a consumer world, and you have to take control of that. You don't have to consume so much. You don't have to buy everything. You don't have to ride every trend. You don't have to be on the wave. You don't have to go viral with everything. You don't have to worry about everybody else, man. It's really like that. So how can FOMO affect your mental health, right? How can FOMO affect your mental health? The biggest way FOMO affects your mental health is in your decision making. If you ask me, the biggest way that FOMO affects your mental health is in your decision making, because it makes you make irrational decisions. You have a fear of missing out. You could be on vacation, right? And you'll start thinking like, man, I only got a week. You could be in another country and be like, but what about the other countries? And now you're not focused and you can't fully absorb and enjoy the moments that you're supposed to be creating because you're thinking about what's not happening. It affects your decision making. It makes you stay up. Now we know how important sleep is going to the fitness side. This is how FOMO and what I knew personally, what I was having a experience with FOMO. This is what I could attach to myself. This is what I know and how I discovered FOMO is I have a sleep when you die mentality. That comes from the hustler mentality, the hustle mindset. I gotta go, 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 and I sleep when I die. So sleep to me was a reward, but I only compensate myself for that reward after a certain amount of work. And if I feel like I didn't do that amount of work that day, that I don't deserve sleep. And even if I do go to sleep, I'm like, shoot, even if I got the tiniest bit of energy, it's still energy that I could put towards something. I'm trying to be productive 23 hours out the day. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane. It's insane. And you could do it every now and then, but it's not for you to be, we're not built to be in that mode forever. And so when I have that mentality, and to be completely transparent, I'm still breaking that mentality. Uh, but being self-aware is how you can solve your issues and how you break generational curses and traumas and all of that stuff. Is you got to start by being self-aware. So me being aware of not getting enough sleep, I emphasize getting sleep now. Like my schedule gets hectic every now and then, and I got to get in that grind mode, but it's more appreciative because I know for a fact, like it's for a reason. It's not just, oh, I'm staying up because what if somebody posts something? What if I miss out on that? What if somebody, hit me up? That used to be, I didn't have healthy boundaries. So I was an open door. Anybody could contact me at any time. That's not good. So that let me stay up because if somebody decides to hit me up at 2 a.m. because they got something on their mind, and if you up at that time, you thinking. So if you reach out to me at 2 a.m., I want to be available. No, I need to prioritize myself, and sleep is a part of the work. Sleep is a part of the work. And I had to learn all of that and continuously working on that. So FOMO affected me in that way because I wouldn't allow myself to have to get enough sleep, which would impede on your decisions going back. It affects your decision making.
Oh, you still here? You ain't subscribed yet? Hit that button, my man. Hit that button and subscribe.
FOMO makes you feel unsatisfied, dissatisfied, unfulfilled. FOMO makes you feel like it's never enough. You're not good enough. FOMO makes you think there's always something better. FOMO creates worry, right? And when you start worrying, now you're not grateful. You're not humble. You're not in the moment. And these things, you need to be present. You need to be focused on you instead of everything outside of you, because like we said, everybody has their own lane, everybody has their own process, everybody go at their own pace, man. So you got to focus on you. It makes you think like, well, what about something else? Don't worry about something else. If everything happens for a reason, then there's no such thing as a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that you are where you are at that moment. It's perfect timing, even if you don't like it, even if it's a struggle. That struggle was created for you to get better. It's for you. It's not a struggle. It's a blessing. Learn from it, develop. Life not happening. I'm gonna take this Paul's quote. Life is not happening. Come on, Paul.
Yeah, life is not happening. Life is happening for you, not against you.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Life is not happening against you. It's happening for you. Everything is meant for you to be better. You know, if you've went through a tumultuous amount of things, when you listen to somebody else complain about something that you've been through, you're like, well, there ain't nothing. I already did that. You know what I'm saying? You're a level up. You got to keep on going. Talk about comparison. But yeah, so those are all of the effects that could really, it makes you not commit, makes you not settle with a woman who could be your ride or die. But you're like, but it's another one out there. It's another one. It's always going to be more. It's always going to be another person. It's always going to be another opportunity. It's always going to be another time. It's always going to be another. So just focus on what's in front of you. That's the solution. It's focusing on what's in front of you, being grateful for what you have, less social media, less consumption, stop comparing, and be present. If you're affected by or experiencing any of these things that we just discussed, reel it back, focus on what you can control, what you actually want, have a plan or develop a plan. Hell, you can even reach out to somebody. Talk to me. I'm the mindset guy, Mr. Mindset here. I want to talk to you because a lot of the times you know what's right for you. You're just so caught up in thinking about everything else and everybody else. You know what's right for you. So if everybody experiences FOMO as a normal thing to me, but how you react to it, how you handle it, how you go about it is how it will continue to affect you. So don't let FOMO control your life.